73% of billionaires skip breakfast, but it has nothing to do with fasting. They discovered their bodies naturally suppress hunger for the first 3 hours after waking. Here's why that matters. By the end of this video, you'll understand why everything you were told about breakfast being the most important meal of the day is completely backwards, and how skipping it triggers a biological advantage that most people never access. Stick around because the 16-hour rule I'll reveal at the end will change how you think about food forever. We've all heard it 1,000 times. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Your metabolism needs it. Your brain needs fuel. Skip it and you'll crash by 10 a.m. Except here's the problem. This advice came from cereal companies in the 1940s, not scientists. And now, cutting-edge research on intermittent fasting and metabolic switching is revealing something shocking. The world's highest performers aren't eating breakfast at all. They're fasting through the morning, and their bodies are doing something remarkable as a result. This isn't about starving yourself or following some extreme diet. This is about understanding what happens inside your cells when you delay that first meal. In 1944, General Foods launched a marketing campaign that would change American eating habits forever. They hired doctors to claim that breakfast was essential for health, energy, and productivity. The message was simple: eat cereal every morning or risk failure. Within a decade, breakfast became non-negotiable American culture. But here's what they didn't tell you: humans evolved over 200,000 years without consistent morning meals. Our hunter-gatherer ancestors went 12 to 16 hours between their last meal at night and their first meal the next day, sometimes longer. Their bodies adapted to thrive in this fasted state. The research is now undeniable. A 2019 study in Cell Metabolism found that participants who skipped breakfast and condensed their eating window lost more body fat, showed improved insulin sensitivity, and reported higher afternoon energy levels than those eating traditional 3 meals a day. The breakfast myth wasn't built on biology. It was built on profit margins. And we've been paying the price with our health ever since. Around hour 12 of fasting, something incredible happens in your body called metabolic switching. Your cells run out of readily available glucose from your last meal and begin converting stored fat into ketones for energy. This isn't starvation mode like you've been warned about. It's your body's natural secondary fuel system kicking in. Ketones are actually a superior brain fuel compared to glucose. A Johns Hopkins study found that ketone metabolism increases BDNF, a protein that strengthens neural connections and improves focus. This explains why so many CEOs report their clearest thinking happens in fasted morning hours. Jack Dorsey famously does his strategic planning before noon, having eaten nothing since dinner the previous night. But there's more. Fasting triggers autophagy, your body's cellular cleaning process. Old, damaged cell components get broken down and recycled. It's like your body taking out the trash at a molecular level. Research published in the New England Journal of Medicine linked regular fasting periods to reduced inflammation, better cardiovascular health, and potentially longer lifespan. Your body isn't suffering when you skip breakfast. It's upgrading. Silicon Valley didn't adopt intermittent fasting because of some wellness trend. They adopted it because it works. When you eat breakfast, especially one high in carbohydrates, your body releases insulin to manage blood sugar. Insulin makes you store energy rather than burn it. It also causes the post-meal energy dip we've normalized as needing a mid-morning coffee. Fasted mornings avoid this entirely. Your cortisol and adrenaline naturally peak in the morning hours, giving you alert, focused energy without the insulin roller coaster. A study tracking 2,000 executives found that those who delayed their first meal until after 11 a.m. reported 34% higher self-assessed productivity in morning tasks compared to traditional breakfast eaters. But here's the key: this isn't about deprivation. It's about timing. You're not eating less food overall. You're compressing when you eat into a smaller window, typically 8 hours instead of 14 or 16. Most people doing this eat lunch around noon and finish dinner by 8 p.m. Same calories. Same nutrients. Different timing. Completely different metabolic outcome. The billionaires aren't starving themselves. They're strategically timing their fuel for maximum cognitive performance. Let's address the elephant in the room. Right now you're thinking, I'd be starving. I get dizzy without breakfast. I need food to function. Here's the truth, that's not real hunger. That's habit. Your body releases ghrelin, the hunger hormone, based on when you typically eat, not when you actually need food. If you've eaten breakfast at 7 a.m. for 20 years, your body will scream for food at 7 a.m. But here's what happens when you push through for just 3 to 5 days. The ghrelin response retrains itself. University of Alabama researchers found that participants who skipped breakfast reported intense hunger for the first 4 days, then hunger signals dropped by 63% by day 7. By week 2, 78% reported feeling no morning hunger at all. The supposed need for breakfast was never physiological. It was conditioning. And it can be reconditioned in less than a week. Many people actually report feeling more energized in fasted mornings once adapted, not less. The promised breakfast energy boost was solving a problem breakfast itself created, the insulin crash cycle. Remove the cycle, remove the crash. Here's the practical implementation that top performers use, the 16:8 protocol. You fast for 16 hours, including sleep, and eat all your food within an 8-hour window. For most people, this means finishing dinner by 8 p.m. and not eating again until noon the next day. Black coffee, tea, and water are fine during the fasting window as they don't trigger insulin response. Your first meal at noon should be balanced: protein, healthy fats, vegetables, and moderate complex carbs. You're not restricting calories, just time. Within that 8-hour window from noon to 8 p.m., you can easily fit 2 full meals and snacks if needed. The benefits compound over weeks. A 2020 review of intermittent fasting studies found that after 30 days, participants showed an average 3 to 8% reduction in body weight, improved markers for heart disease, and reported better mental clarity. Some studies tracked benefits continuing to improve for 6 months. The key is consistency. Your body needs time to become efficient at metabolic switching. Start with 12 hours if 16 feels extreme, then add an hour each week. But once you adapt, you'll have access to the same biological advantage that's powering the world's top performers every single morning. Now, before I show you exactly how to start this tomorrow, let me address the one mistake that ruins this for 90% of people who try it. So here's what you now know that most people don't: breakfast isn't essential, it's optional. The hunger is trained, not biological. And skipping it activates metabolic advantages that improve energy, focus, and long-term health. The same protocol billionaires use is available to you starting tomorrow. Just push your first meal to noon, keep that 16-hour fasting window, and give your body 1 week to adapt. If you found this valuable, subscribe, because next week I'm revealing why successful people take cold showers every morning, and the science behind it is even more counterintuitive than this. I'll also be posting the complete beginner's guide to intermittent fasting in the community tab, so make sure you're subscribed to get that. Try the 16:8 protocol for 7 days and comment below what you notice. I'm genuinely curious if you experience the same focus boost the research predicts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.